Well, it's been a year now since a change in the rules on the road here in New York State. As of 1 year ago, everyone in a car now has to be wearing a seatbelt, not just those in the front seat or those under the age of 16 in the back seat. AAA was a big advocate for the universal seatbelt law here in New York. A lot of other states already had similar requirements.
A year later, AAA looked at the numbers to see if it had an impact, and they say it most definitely did. The AAA study out today looked at everyone who was involved in crashes in New York in the last 5 years and how many of them were people over 16 who weren't wearing seatbelts. Those people made up more than a quarter of the total back in 2016. It had dropped to 23% by last year before the law took effect, and this year it's down to 18%.
Yeah, that's the kind of trend you like to see. Elizabeth Carey with AAA says the numbers were already headed in the right direction, but that sudden drop shows that this new law in New York made an impact because of the message that the old law was sending.
And that just sent a message out to people that it wasn't important to buckle up in the back seat. And we saw a lot of people, especially ages like 16 to 21 or so, not buckling up in the back seat. It's the message, and it's also the crash data. And if you talk to the New York State Police, there have been some very deadly crashes in New York State where we saw that people were not buckled up in the back seat. So to not have a rear seatbelt law just sent a poor message to motorists overall, especially to these young drivers,
Not to be lost in there is why this is so important. Elizabeth explained the danger that unbuckled passengers pose to themselves and to others.
If you don't buckle up in the back seat, you're twice as likely to be killed, 8 times as likely to be seriously injured, and twice as likely to become a projectile to someone in the front seat. So the best way to be in a vehicle, no matter where you're seated, is to be buckled up.
And Carey says the state doesn't need any other laws for seatbelts after this one. Now it's about awareness and getting people to follow the laws we already have.
Also, on a somewhat similar note, we got a new law signed by the governor this weekend that will require all used cars sold in New York to have working airbags. This is also about safety. The Anthony Omoros law is named after a teenager killed in a crash in a car that was sold to him that did not have airbags that were working. The law adds airbags to the list of required equipment in used cars like seat belts and rearview mirrors. Because you might be surprised to hear this was not the case before. This will take effect in 90 days.